What is up, everybody? Welcome to a spooky-ish, new metal-y, groove-heavy, California Death Machine-y, cold chamber-y episode of Metalology. Metalology! Welcome to the darkness! Listen to this darkness! Well, let's get started real quick. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am your host, Anthony Esparza, and to the right of me is my co-host.
Yo, what's up, guys? Metal Hondro in the house.
What's up, guys? It's Rudy.
What up, guys? That's your boy Baji.
Cool. You guys forgot your plugs.
We were not doing plugs.
No, we're not. We don't
I
do
thought
plugs.
those at the end.
See, I like how you're on top
I
of
like
it.
it. Thank you, Baji, for...
I like it. I like
Rudy
it.
already knew.
There you go. There's hope for you yet.
Yeah.
There's hope for you yet.
This is big. This is a big deal. This is like fucking Ryu fucking handshaking Cyclops. This is like big deal.
This is like Goku fusing with Vegeta.
Fucking Patara fucking bing, bing.
Antonero.
God.
No. You guys would be
Antonero.
the fusion, the dance, but when they fuck up and they turn into a chubby dude.
That was a good one.
All right, guys. So today we are talking about Cold Chamber, one of my favorite bands from when I was younger. Super excited, but I just want to remind you guys to make sure to subscribe to the channel. We much appreciate it. Our System of Down episode is doing pretty good right now. Actually, it's awesome. You guys, we're also posting clips from the show as well, so you guys can check out little shorts and little funny little shit to waste your time watching, which is also a lot of fun.
We got a lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
A lot of shit for you to watch.
A lot of shit to waste.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, subscribe there. Leave us a rating and review. Our resident rating and reviewer, Alberto Lafarga, will rate and review your rating and review. And most importantly, if you're listening on Spotify, make sure to follow us. Leave us a 5-star rating. You know, Rudy's kind of keeping track. Or you're not? Kind of?
No, it's been a while, dude.
You
I mean, last time it was, 4.7?
Rudy, you have one fucking job.
I forgot, but
Let's like keep track of
check
the
it out.
Spotify
You
reviews.
see how fast I can check it?
Okay, well, let's see. Here we go.
see.
Here we go.
Let's see.
We're doing
Dun, dun,
a
dun,
live...
dun, dun, dun. Why am I doing the
You
internet?
should put
thing?
the fucking...
Yeah,
yeah, we're still 4.7.
All right, we're at 4.7.
Nobody has given us anything.
Well, we're pretty
Lately.
high. We're pretty high.
still
so
high.
I'll live
Still
with
We
it.
could go higher, guys. Come on.
Yeah, let's try to get to that
Those numbers
5.0.
5.2.
All right, cool. So we're gonna get started. We actually have a question this week.
Oh.
Question of the week. This is from Shasta Vivo 310 on Instagram. Is there a song that brings you to tears?
To tears?
I think
What are tears?
Tears?
yeah,
Tears?
tears. So like,
Crying?
Like tier 1, tier 2?
Oh, okay. Oh, that kind of tear. Okay, thank you, Tony.
Llorar.
you guys have to look.
Llorar.
Un canción
Llorar.
El Rey for me.
Okay, so
Right?
what I was gonna say before you guys started interrupting me is it has to be a rock or a metal song. So no Mariah Carey, no Diana Ross, no
Celine Dion?
Usher, no J Lo.
That's easy.
That's easy. Okay, so I want to make sure we're all ready to go. So what is a song that brings you to tears? That no matter what, I want to say when you're in that mood, when you're in your car and
Oh, there's two.
I got two also. I got two.
Like
do
literally
you wanna go?
tears? Like,
If-
come on. I don't
Well, like
cry.
when you like I'm not saying like you just start you lose it. I'm saying like maybe a tear might come down. You feel a little something in your heart.
Oh,
I know that's hard for you, but
Yeah,
you feel a little something in your
soulless bastard.
boom boom. Listen to fucking Revocation when I'm feeling sad. Makes me feel good.
minor pentatonic
Minor
scales make me sad.
the Latin variatrix of the key of G minus.
So
me
who's
very
going
sad.
first?
I
Say
don't know.
whoever.
You guys.
I'll go.
If you guys have to look on Spotify,
No,
then
I already
honestly,
know.
there should be like one that just pop. Like there's always
I
that
got
one
two.
that pop. You see what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
tell me a song didn't
if I-
pop in your head when you said
Oh,
that.
instantly.
Okay.
I mean, yes, but not metal or rock songs, to be honest.
All right, then we'll just open the floor. Fuck it.
No.
No. If you don't
No, I
have a
have
metal
to
rock
think-
song, then you can say it. But please, for the love of God, tell me you have one.
Let-
Otherwise, this
What
is a
are
two-person
emotions?
conversation.
Want me to go first?
Go.
Well, hold on. I want to make sure we're all ready to go. Let's just make
What
sure we're all
are
ready to go.
emotions?
Okay, Rudy, go.
What is that?
Slipknot, Snuff, or
Oh.
Mudvayne, World So Cold.
Those are good ones.
Okay.
Those two songs.
I've definitely cried at
I've
Snuff.
definitely cried at both.
Yeah.
Plenty of times.
Definitely Snuff.
Yeah.
Snuff is still very difficult for me to listen to. It's still hard. It came out the summer where my life changed. It came out right after I got divorced. Don't fucking look at him.
What are you looking at me for?
Because you changed everyone's life, Baji.
Damn it. It wasn't by choice.
Well, I mean,
God damn.
Did not expect that.
you know,
Rudy.
I did not expect Rudy to go in really.
Look, he's turning red.
God
He's
damn
blushing.
it, Rudy.
it
He's like,
happens,
"Aw."
dude. You have that effect on people.
I guess I do.
All right. So yeah, it came out the summer that I got divorced. So Snuff was like a constant like thing. I was like, you sold me out to save yourself, and I'm like,
The whole-
What album is that from?
all hope is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay. It's like 2008.
and the World So Cold is interesting. That's an interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Because that song is not really like about like a person. That's like about just.
I just
a general.
remember hearing that shit like when I was in like what was that, middle school maybe.
Yeah.
And I mean, back then I didn't fully like go through lyrics, but I took certain parts of that and I incorporated it into like when you're a fucking teenager, everything's fucking
Yeah.
depressing and falling apart, and
Yeah.
the world's against you type of shit.
Got you.
So
I hear you. All right, let's fix your mic real quick. Let's make sure. There you go. So yeah. So Baji, do you have a song? And goddamn it, if it's Snuff,
It's snuff. It's snuff of
we're gonna have a
Again.
problem.
It's Snuff.
it's Slayer, Disciple,
disciple.
because God
Okay.
hates us all.
God hates us all. That to me, by the way,
He's supposed to be
my
all
opinion,
loving.
their best album. I
Deci-
love God Hates Us All.
God Hates Us All, yeah.
Fucking
We
love
needed
that
it.
Oh,
album.
yeah, I love that
I guess a
album.
recent one.
Okay, let's go.
Distraction by Sleep Token.
Oh, okay.
This is you've been crying lately.
It's newer.
I've been crying
Crying
lately.
lately. Well, because it's a newer song. I'm like, oh, you've been sad lately. Okay.
Nothing wrong with
Because
that.
I'm drawing on like 20 years of like, okay, that's cool. All
I
right,
just like it. Makes me feel.
okay.
That's
Distraction by Sleep Token.
Yes.
Okay. Handy, do you have one?
Okay, so maybe not like
This is the
fucking
most interesting one.
tears and like stuff like that, but like
No, it has to. It has to be.
okay, so
You have to
Static
at least
X-
have shed. Okay.
Static X Invincible only because I was fresh off a breakup, so I was avoiding that song for a long time. It's like you just don't want to listen to it, right?
Yeah.
And then I would say Corn Daddy. I would avoid it so much. I mean, yeah, it's a dark song, right? But I don't know. I think it speaks to certain things in my past. And then I would say another Corn song. But it's not really like sad. I was just depressed as fuck. But Hollow Life, I would avoid listening to it just because I was going through like existential fucking terror or whatever the fuck, right? Thinking about like why are we here and like what is my purpose?
When did
It's
you
a
like
Cradle
that?
Phil song, Existential Terror.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I'd say those three are like back then, right? I can listen to it now, no problem. But like back then, I just would avoid as much as possible because it just put me in a certain headspace I didn't like.
Yeah.
Mood.
So yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go. I have two. I'm gonna go with one. Alter Bridge. Watch Over Me. That song, for some reason, every time that fucking chorus kicks in, I think about my grandma. I think about my Uncle Jim, and I think about my Uncle Mark, and people that I love that passed, my Grandma Lola. So that song has always been like a constant thing. I listened a lot to it when my cousin Gabby passed last 2 years ago. My cousin Gabby was my age. She had 2 kids. She left behind. One was my son's age. So her funeral was really difficult to like go through because I'm like, dude, I grew up with her. Like her, Lisa, you knew them too. Lisa, Jasmine, Gabby. So yeah, Watch Over Me by Alter Bridge, and the main one is what am I fucking
Slipknot.
No.
Faith No More.
no Fate,
The Heretic Anthem.
no
You were listening to them.
Falling in Reverse.
Five Finger.
Five Fingered.
yeah, when I'm not when I don't have any monster.
Five fingered.
Five Finger.
Five fingered in you.
Five fingered death slut.
I got it. Tearjerker.
That's a good one.
Hey, dude, I cried to
That-
the
that-
song.
that-
like, in
you know
my,
what?
in
Yeah,
my
that
car.
one, yeah.
Corn 3?
Oh, see you on the other side.
See
See
you
you
on
on
the
the
other
side. That one, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
remember.
that was like the first like real corn ballad. Like everyone says Alone at Break was, but Alone at Break was still kind of like very groovy.
Yeah.
Tearjerker was just like dead silence. I'll never forget the first time I heard that song was right after the album came out, and we went to go see Korn at the Sports Arena 2006. And I'll never forget Jonathan. Like the lights just go out, and there's like a little light that hits Jonathan, and he's doing the fucking song, and I'm like, oh, it was so impactful because he was already like my favorite singer ever by that point. And to have that like even more vulnerability after like all the vulnerable like art he put out. It was the kind of song that I would I would just be in the bathtub and just have the shower on and have my headphones and shut the fuck up. I went through hell.
Hey, dude, that song's fucking.
Yeah.
I've had some cries to that.
You had
dude.
waterproof headphones?
No, I knew how not to get them wet. I wouldn't. The top part of my head would be. If you
Hey,
have to maybe give them the specifics of this,
He actually brought up a good point. What the fuck?
He has the shower like on his crotch. Like,
I had like the ear the ear candy the candy skulls or whatever the fuck they're called.
Skull candies?
Skull
Skull
candy,
candies.
yeah,
Candy skull.
candy skulls. So like I would just like put them in. I would like shove them in, and I'll just put like the top part of my head in the water, and like it wouldn't wet my whole head. It just wet the top part, so my headphones never got wet. And I would just be right there, be like vibing.
What
just
about
vibing
the
with it.
cable and
I-
the CD player?
They would be on the toilet.
God,
They'd be on the
You're-
toilet
you're-
next to me.
You're interesting.
take a bath, dude.
I'm
Take
taking.
Take a bath.
Oh, this was after I took it. So I would take the bath. I would listen to music, and then I would like vibe, and then I would kind of like lead into that for some reason, and then I would just turn on the shower and let the water drain. While I know it's fucking ridiculous. Fuck
Like,
you guys. I'm being
I don't know
very
why
vulnerable
I think
right
of
now.
Ace Ventura when he like finds out the biggest. I don't know when he's trying to. He gets in the shower.
The little shower crying thing reminded me
Yeah.
of my ex stepping in my dog's shit and getting all sad, going in the fucking shower and crying. That's what it reminded
Your
me.
ex stepped in dog shit and had a fucking meltdown.
Yeah, because she had her fucking tacones. She had just got off work from Little Darlings, so you could imagine what kind of fucking shoes she had on.
Oh yeah.
You could just wash them.
Oh, dude, no, she threw them away because they were ruined.
Oh.
Yeah, dramatic.
All right, so we're gonna
Dumb.
get into
All right, let's get
the.
into it.
We're gonna get into the underground band of the week this week, and I think at some point we need to discuss what the definition of underground is, Baji.
I think
No, I'm not even gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna put everybody. I
Let's-
think we all have a different definition
Yeah,
of it.
I feel like we do.
Mhm.
Because like I brought up like Scarlet House, who like has like a lot of followers on TikTok, but he has like not a lot of not a big following like musically. He just kind of like started. He just quit his job to pursue music, and like just shit like that. And then you guys give me shit for bringing in Throne. So
Yeah, because Throne is not underground.
no, they
Didn't they-
are underground.
How many monthly listeners do they
If
have?
you're on an independent label, you are underground. You are if you cannot make a living playing music, you are underground.
Which is most metal bands.
unless
Or-
they're
That make a
mainstream.
living.
we're underground.
All right. So,
We're
anyways,
underground.
so
I know the band I'm choosing next. The next underground band. I already got it in my head. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
You save that. I'm
gonna save
you
it.
let me know
Yeah.
when it's ready.
Wonderful.
But let's ask the fucking viewers. We're gonna
What's
ask you guys what's underground. What is the definition to you? Let us know.
Is it a band who has below 1,000 listeners a month? Is it
Yeah.
a band who's not signed? Is it a band who's signed to an independent?
Yeah.
Like, what's the underground
Yeah.
degree?
Like, are they touring on big tours, or are they like
That's
or are they doing like small little things?
I don't know. Yeah.
Because
Find
like
out. Let
I've
us
seen
know.
some small underground bands on big tours, and I'm just like, okay,
they get lucky playing
I
a
mean,
big tour and then
yeah,
they don't do
Right.
another one.
like opening. and-
yeah, but
for-
I mean, still, it's if they're on the tour, if their name's on the tour,
all of a sudden they're mainstream no matter what.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if there's.
That's
like a
how I feel.
metric.
That's how I feel. It is sometimes. Like that one underground band will join, and then like a couple months later, they're fucking a hit everywhere. So it's like, I get
Sure.
it,
That's true.
publicity and everything, but it's just like,
I think the key is sustainability. Like, any band can have a fucking hit
Or-
and be big for 6 months and then have a huge drop off, and then they're playing fucking. They go from playing fucking Coors Amphitheater to playing Canes. So this is Alberto's pick for this week. This is from a band called Enterprise Earth. Did we open for Enterprise Earth?
I don't think so.
No, I don't. I think we got offered to open, and then I think another band had taken the show.
Do these guys have any relation to Enterprise Rentals?
I think they're the music version.
Nice.
Yeah, their bio on Spotify just says USA Metal, Death, and Anthology. So that's all they got.
And they have 74,000 monthly
74,000 monthly listeners.
So-
See,
is
I
that-
would say that's an underground, but that's just me.
Okay.
You can't make a living off that. That's like 30 cents.
But dude, that's 74,000 people know you.
Yeah, I don't think anyone.
a song.
Yeah, but I mean, they know your song. They don't know you as a person. They're not like you're not walking down the street and someone's like, "Oh my god!"
Okay,
it's
Hey, when I see you down the street, I'm like, oh my god, it's Bashi from
because
Defy
you
the
know
Tyrants.
me.
All right, we're going to talk about and by the way, people have noticed Alex at shows before.
Oh, I
Megadeth.
want to talk about that later.
Yeah, he got. Yeah, we'll
I got
give you your
noticed.
little shining moment.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
It was heartfelt.
All right, so this is Enterprise Earth with. Why did it do that? Psalm of Agony. That's sick. Those Enterprise Earth with Psalm of Agony.
That's a good
Is
one.
it? This is a new release, right? Is this the new single? I'm checking right now. No, 2022. My bad. So I'll just start it in. I do like Enterprise Earth.
No.
I have listened to Enterprise Earth. I like their album. It's actually really good, and I think if you guys like this song, check out their album. I'm gonna just to introduce you guys to it. The Chosen, fucking killer album. Very
I'm very surprised that both of y'all be like listening to stuff like this.
Why?
I don't know. It kind of makes them not as underground.
What the fuck?
Tony, I don't
So
think,
just because me and Tony listen to
there's
Yeah,
underground
Marcel-
bands I
Marcel
listen
this guy.
No,
to.
mainstream
I don't-
only,
he
bro.
only listens to mainstream
Yeah,
music.
honestly, it's kind of true.
I'm very surprised. Like,
Kinda.
Do you
Very
okay?
surprised.
Okay, I'm gonna make this very clear. The reason why I pick the bigger bands is because we need clicks.
Nah.
That way, you guys can pick
'Cause you
Skeleton Witch
Because you
and
like it.
and
I don't know, man. They're always like,
Wage
this band
War.
means a lot to
Oh,
me.
fuck
this
you.
band.
You know, like so
Bruh,
that's why I
it's
picked the
okay,
bigger
it's
bands.
okay. It's okay,
I'm
dude.
just
It's
saying.
okay.
I'm just surprised.
For
It's a
y'all
good
motherfuckers,
surprise.
turn this table on me. I can defend myself. God damn it!
I'm not.
I
I'm
know
not,
how to
I'm
fight.
not turning. I'm
I
not
can
turning
fight.
nothing. I'm not turning nothing on you. But out of the group, you are the mainstream guy.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not. I've been to more underground shows than I've been to mainstream shows. I don't like going to the big amphitheaters and halls too much.
Like I think of like multi-million-dollar contracts. I think Tony probably likes his band.
Yeah,
Tony, bro.
dude. And what are you talking about? You said that you like big stadium arena music.
Yeah, when it's like bands I like.
Which is most of the bands you like.
No, it's not most of the bands I like. I don't like most of modern rock and modern metal. I enjoy the bands.
I don't
like
see
the
you
bigger
going
bands.
to a concert of these like guys.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Most of the
really
shows I've been
surprised.
to have
These
been
guys?
like small shows. Yeah.
Like
What's the last
Tony
show you
hitting
went
me,
to?
hey guys,
The last
you
show I
wanna go
went
to
to?
this show?
Yeah.
Fuck. Who was it? It was at Brick.
Not counting Brick.
Really? That's the only venue I will go to because they're the one that they don't suck. I forgot who it was. It was last year. I went to show Brick.
I remember you went to a pretty like what was the last one you like? Not a Brick. I'm saying like show it, not a Brick.
Slipknot when we all went.
Damn, that was like 2 years ago, dude.
But I've been to a bunch of shows since then. But like when I remember like a show that I remember that I remember that show.
Okay.
But yeah, like and I'll only
Orbit Culture.
Orbit Culture.
That's the one you went to.
You motherfuckers. And you guys were like, oh, you're going to go see Fear Factory. I was more interested in seeing Orbit Culture than I was Fear Factory. And I love the entire lineup. And you guys don't do fucking... I got all you guys into Orbit Culture.
Nah, you didn't
Yeah,
get me
but
into
Orbit
it.
Culture is.
I didn't get into Orbit Culture.
It's very much a modern black album.
What the fuck?
A lot of
I don't know where this is going.
We're not going to keep moving the
saying.
fucking goalpost. We're not. If I say I'm in... Orbit Culture is an underground band still. They are still an underground band. All right, I'm fucking done with this conversation.
Yeah, we need to define.
Okay.
Good band.
We need a
Those are
whole
good band.
episode on
Most of the
underground.
bands I listen to are like Left to Suffer, Aviana.
Oh, yeah.
Like most of these bands are. This is the shit I listen to the most.
Orbit Culture is 335,000 monthly listeners. They ain't underground anymore.
Oh, fuck. See,
God. Okay.
Okay, Andro, how did you like Enterprise? With Song of
I was
Agony?
very surprised. I think I liked the fact that you guys liked it. Honestly,
You
that
motherfucker.
What?
that made me happy. It gives me hope.
What do
Like,
you
damn,
mean?
These guys actually like different shit. Like
I
that's
listened to-
like brutal and you not so much. You lately you've been like, all right.
Okay.
He
So,
plays like Alpha Wolf and shit in his car,
So-
like Lorna
The
Shore.
more
And
we get
shit.
away from Iceland Kills, the better.
I've been on a pop kick. Oh well. Like
cool.
what's wrong with that?
Nothing wrong
I
with
like pop. I like things that are poppy. Oh well.
I think me and Baji are offended right now.
like
just saying.
I just,
Okay, hold on. Before we get to that, what did you think? And then Rudy, what did you think? And then I'm gonna fucking tear this room apart.
I would say 7 out of 10. It's a pretty good one. But I'm more surprised at you.
God,
I'm more surprised at this guy.
Rudy.
What the fuck? Do you think I listen to Limp Bizkit just in my car all the time?
That or rap or I don't know.
Anytime,
I listen to a lot of rap. but when
anytime he gets in his car, you think he's just like Limp Bizkit all day. I'm going to 7 real quick. Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, like
Oh,
big mainstream bands.
I'm showering. Limp Bizkit. Oh,
like the top 100 by fucking get,
what?
the top 100 list. Like this guy's probably like subscribed to it. You know what I mean? Like
one of my favorite bands is Sky Harbor, and they haven't put out a new album in like 4 years.
This is blowing my mind right now.
And they're from India. They're an
I
Indian
mean,
band. All right, so today we're talking about Cold Chamber. I'm going to read a quick excerpt
Yes,
from
we
the
are.
band's Wikipedia page to give our listeners context to the artists we're talking about. Cold Chamber is an American nu metal band formed by Decifara and Meigs Rascoon in Los Angeles in 1992, initially under the name She's in Pain. The original lineup also consisted of bassist Raina Foss and drummer John Tor. Mike Cox replaced Tor on drums in 1995, and the Cold Chamber lineup was complete. After signing to Roadrunner Records, they released their debut album Cold Chamber in 1997. Chamber Music followed 2 years later and featured the band's only charting single in the U.S., a cover of Peter Gabriel's Shock the Monkey featuring Ozzy Osbourne as a guest vocalist. Their third album, Dark Days, was released in the spring of 2002. Naja Pulan temporarily replaced Foss on bass for touring commitments before joining on a permanent basis in 2002. Cold Chamber disbanded in 2003 after 10 years together and then reunited in 2011 with a lineup of Fafara, Cox, and Rascoon, along with Chella Rhea Harper on bass. Poulan rejoined the band on bass in 2013, and Cold Chamber released their fourth album, Rivals, in 2015, before disbanding again in 2016. They then reunited a second time in 2022.
damn.
Why did they break up so many times?
Drugs.
Drugs.
Who?
I'm not.
Yes, right?
So I know the story. I'm not going to point too many fingers because I know one of the members, and one of the members watches my stories.
I mean, Des said that he like pulled himself out, right? Like, 'cause he
Yeah.
was-
So I'm not going to put any names out there. I'm just going to let listeners figure it out. Dez was when Cold Chamber was at their peak, he was a father already. He had a family started. He was definitely gearing more towards the successful side and working towards that side of Cold Chamber, where some of the other members were getting into hard drugs and partying, and they weren't exactly keeping on track with things. So that's why Dez ended Cold Chamber, or left Cold Chamber, however way you want to say it, and started Devil Driver. Devil Driver was the answer to Cold Chamber. I guess one big argument that happened towards the end of Cold Chamber is Dez was pushing for the band to go heavier. It kind of shows that in their discography. The first album, and the second album, I'll point it out when we go through the playlist. He was really pushing for the band to become more heavy because he was seeing where metal was going. Metal had started to move away from new metal, and then we were getting into like the new wave of American heavy metal era. And he was seeing bands like Lamb of God and As Lay Dying and bands like that start to get traction. He was like, we need to definitely be more in line with that. I guess one night, Dez and Meigs, the guitar player, they got into a fight on stage, and the band ended right then and there. And then he went home and
during a show.
During a show, they got into a fight.
That's fucking sick.
That's
actually pretty fucking.
That's fucking badass. Yeah. And you know what? I'm going to reach out to Dez. I'm going to see if we can do an interview with him. I'm going to see if he can come on the podcast. I'm going to message him this week. Dez, and I'll get into a little bit more. Dez is one of my probably my second favorite singer of all time. Right underneath Jonathan Davis. He's one of my favorite vocalists, lyricists. His lyrics are fucking amazing, especially more so in Devil Driver. And I obviously love him more in Devil Driver. I think you and I agree on that.
Yeah, 100%.
Like Devil Driver is my my top 3 favorite bands: Korn, Metallica, Devil Driver. It goes in that order. So that's how much I'm a fan of Dez. So when the band reunited, Dez kind of made a point like, no, we're all grown-ups now. We're all older. We all have our families. Let's just keep it straight. And the band started to kind of trail off and get back into drugs during those tours. And that's why they ended. And they just reunited, I think, 2 years ago. And everything's been good since. They've been doing consistent tours and having a good time. And all the members, when they're on podcasts, they seem very clean, very aware. So it looks cool.
Did they come back during that Sick New World?
Yeah.
That was the first show, right?
Yeah, I think that was the first show back. That was one of the big marketing points for Sick New World, was the Cold Chamber reunion.
Yeah.
For that first one. So that's a lot more information on Cold Chamber. Obviously, I'm a huge Cold Chamber fan, so I fucking know bolts and nuts about Cold Chamber. But yeah, so let's get into introductions to the band. We will start with Alberto. How were you introduced to Cold Chamber?
I heard the song "Loco." I think it was either you or Caesar. Like, we're just chilling.
Caesar was the drummer for our band in high school.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if it was one of you guys. You were like, "Oh, here, check this out." I'm like, "What is it?" Like, "It's Cold Chamber. I think you'll like them." I'm like, "All right." Then someone played Loco, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." Then they played what was the other? The House. I forget what it is. It's not called The House is on Fire. I think it's Robo.
The roof is on fire.
Yeah.
That's Sway.
Sway. There was Sway, and then there was Rowboat.
Yeah.
You guys played me those songs, and I was like, oh, this shit slaps.
So that was definitely me, because Rowboat was a constant for me. Like, around that time, I was to that song all the fucking time.
That was a good song.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, that's how I got into him, and then I was like, oh, I like him.
Cool. Rudy, how did you hear about Cold Chamber?
So the first time I ever heard of their existence was actually because of my local taco shop, Hermanos. They used to have this sticker machine. And it had a bunch of stickers of metal bands.
Yeah.
I fucking put money in there. Fucking sticker that came out was a Cold Chamber sticker.
I
had no idea who the fuck they were. But I got the sticker, and then that got me to like actually look up their music, and that's how I looked them up.
Huh. All right.
I can't remember what I ended up fucking getting an album from one of my friends. The one with the song Fiend.
Dark Days.
Dark Days.
Yeah, that was the first album I heard from them.
All right.
And that was what, back in middle school, high school?
Yeah, so that was I think Dark Days came out in 2002. All right, so let's get into Hondro. How were you introduced to Cold Chamber?
I can't say like what year or when, because I don't think I've ever listened to them until you showed them to me within the last couple years.
Wow.
Maybe it was through magazines. I used to collect like metal magazines a lot. So obviously their name came up, especially in the early days. But yeah, other than that, not until you showed me Loco, like I had never heard them. So yeah,
That's interesting.
yeah.
Very.
I don't remember ever showing you Cold Chamber, so it's interesting that you bring
Dude,
that up.
I don't know who the fuck showed me Loco, but when I heard it, I was like, well, who else showed me this? And I was like, probably you.
Probably Loco's not one of my go-to Cold Chamber songs. If I was to show you Cold Chamber, it would have been like the later shit. But that's cool though. I mean,
Yeah.
all right. I was introduced through Cold Chamber. I bought my first album that I ever bought was Limp Bizkit's Chocolate Significant Other, and then Chocolate Starfish. I bought them both at the same time. And reading the liner notes, came across the thank yous to all the bands, and I used that as like my Wikipedia, like of new bands to check out. And I was like, oh, I gotta check out Cold Chamber because they were one of the first bands. They were like in alphabetical order, and my therapist at the time was burning me like a bunch of copies. So like I've said the story a lot of times on the podcast, like Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, Korn. So I asked him to burn me Cold Chamber, and he burnt me Dark Days. And from the first moment I heard Fiend, I was in love. I was absolutely in love with Cold Chamber. And then after that, reading a lot about them and Hit Parader, they were more prominent.
Hit Parader.
And I read a lot about them and Hit Parader. And just kind of like followed the band from there.
Yeah, they have a top 100 something Hit Parader, and Cold Chamber was in there, like individual, like Dez and stuff like that.
Yeah, like top 100 metal vocalists and stuff like that.
Drummers and shit.
And then I got into the Cold Chamber online forums and just kind of built my obsession with Cold Chamber from there. And that obsession moved moved into Devil Driver afterwards.
Nice.
Oh, now my phone wants to come alive. Sorry guys, you guys might have saw a cut happen. My phone, we use it for the playlist. My phone died, so it's charging right now. So we're using Alberto's phone right now.
It's what happens when you deal with iPhones, Apple.
Bill Gates, what the
I'm
fuck?
sorry, it's probably the charger.
The
It could
fuck
be
is going on,
lot of other things than just the phone.
I love the shit
Phones
out of you,
die.
but I love fucking with you more.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Hey, how many times have you told us we're inferior because we don't have fucking iPhones?
You guys are still inferior.
See?
I don't know. My phone's fine.
Actually, my phone's at 3% now. So okay, can we switch this back over to my phone real quick?
Damn.
So I can have
I
control.
mean, this fool stays alive for over 3%.
This is my show.
Dude, once you connect it to Bluetooth, it's gonna drain all your battery.
Here, let's turn the Bluetooth on here back on.
That's just it connects.
Here. Should just be able to disconnect. Try connecting.
It's connected.
He wouldn't
Alright,
even
there
say
you
it.
go.
He'll be
All
like,
right,
cut.
so it's like nothing ever
I
happened.
cut
Cool.
and just go home. Just so
Just go
disappointed.
home.
movie magic.
Just
Let's
leave
just
and
go
go home.
Sweet.
leave.
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna get into our Spotify playlist, our Into the Playlist segment, where I'm the one who curated this list. Yay me!
Good job, man.
I picked 7 songs
Good
to
job.
do. We are now moving forward with 7 songs for each playlist because I feel like 6 is a little too small.
We've been doing
A little,
6,
little
but
too
we've been-
demonic.
yeah.
Soon it's gonna go back to 12. Watch.
I think 7 is a good.
10 was
is a
the
good middle
original,
point.
no? It was
10,
10,
to,
dude,
10
yeah.
to 12, yeah.
Yeah, 10 to 12. Yeah, that shit was sick.
I think 7's a good sweet spot. I think that's a good sweet spot. All right, so let's go. We're gonna get into the playlist. The first song is off of the Cold Chamber's first record. Their album, self-titled Cold Chamber, came out in 1996. This is the first track off the album. This is Loco. It's a long intro. Don't, no. It's eerie. It's scary.
It's scary, not fun.
Not fun.
I can't do it, so fuck you guys.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wait. That was tricky, bro.
What does that mean?
Fire. I keep hearing Boschi's pop.
What's with that snare?
Say it, Baji. Do it, Alex.
Is he saying moco?
Loco.
Loco. Loco como moco.
So that was Loco.
Is this an opening track?
This is an opening track. Normally when they play live, I don't know if they do it now with the current, like the modern era, but this was definitely like a staple for their live show. That intro would just like linger, like they would just keep playing that, and then when Dez was ready to come out, and that's when the show would start. So it's a live song. It's written to be performed live, so that's why it lingers a lot. When you watch those old YouTube videos of like Cold Chamber playing like at the Whiskey back in the day, like fucking everybody's fucking bouncing. They just let that riff ride, the dun 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 dun. Fun fact, it's the same notes as Blind, which all the bands at the time were doing.
02.
02, 02, 02, 02, 02, 32, 02, dun 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 dun.
So they're in drop A, or are they?
They have
drop
such
standard?
a weird fucking tuning. I always forget the tuning. It's drop, but it's so fucking weird. It's not a normal tuning. It's not like a normal drop
Yeah.
tuning. It's very weird. So anyways, thoughts on Loco. We'll start with Alberto.
Oh, fucking I like it's one of my favorite songs. I like it. It's like
Okay.
it's like one of the first ones I was introduced to. So like I like it. It's a very good song.
Okay.
Very energetic. Sad I never got to see it live because I was imagining it would be much. It would have felt much better live, but
Well,
Here-
we could go see them live.
we could.
Yeah, they're playing with Mudvayne, I think.
Maybe
We'll look it up.
we'll look it up.
They're
But yeah,
playing
no,
with Mudvayne?
I think they're about to go on tour with Mudvayne.
yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, no, it's a good song. I like it. I feel like it's aged well.
Okay.
I can still, because I can, like, it doesn't sound like it's like the production is bad, but it doesn't sound like it's modern. Fucking light as well. Obviously, it's on modern production, but it's still like it
Production's
holds.
like akin to like
Like Ross Robinson.
yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna say
so just like it holds.
Yeah. Okay. Rudy, thoughts on Loco? Go ahead.
You sound depressed, bro.
No. Honestly, this song, I feel like it's one of those like, there's just so much hype around it, and I don't see it.
I mean, you got to remember when this song came out, like 96?
1996.
96. Like, I mean, the shit we hear now, yeah, it's more heavier. So, like, when you hear it now, you're just like, where's the hype?
Keep this in mind. Like when you think of Korn as being like the first new metal band and being the first breakout new metal band, they didn't break out until Follow the Leader. I think we're so used to seeing Korn, and there's a reason I'm bringing Korn into this. We're so used to seeing Korn as like the big giant like arena rock band. We forget that they didn't hit big until Follow the Leader, until 97. So they went that first
Right.
album, Life is Peachy, and then Follow the Leader. The reason I bring that up
Break
is
on the
because
Beach.
this album came out the same year as Life is Peachy. And Cold Chamber was still, they were just working the clubs. Like, they were just all about that whole, everybody smoke weed, take acid, get drunk as fuck. Everybody's all about the live show, right?
Yeah.
So that's this era of Cold Chamber, and that's why it's so, like, it's written to be performed live. So I think listening to it, it's a little weird, because it's like, oh, it just kind of keeps going. But when you're at the show, it's fucking, like, you're getting
bet.
down. It's a jumping song.
I feel like I don't want to get so ahead of ourselves, but I feel like Dez in this year compared to like 2002, the vocals changed a lot, right?
Yeah, he definitely started to refine his skill. I think at this time, because if you ask me who was a heavier vocalist, I think Dez was the heavier between him and Jonathan. There's a reason why you compare the Cold Chamber and Korn too, because they both kind of came out around the same time. And Dez was seen as like the next troubled frontman outside of Jonathan Davis, like the next Jonathan Davis, right? He was seen as that version, but he was more heavier. He does a lot of he doesn't do a lot of the like that. I love Jonathan. I'm not trying to mock him, but they have very different vocals. Dez is the more
he's more deeper, right?
deeper,
Like
more like
growlier.
heavier, growlier. Where Jonathan does more like a wail.
Although, and again, it's kind of jumping ahead. We'll get there, but I do hear some Jonathan isms later in this playlist. So
yeah, there's definitely some Jonathan stuff going on. So yeah, okay,
Yeah,
so
I wouldn't say it's like my favorite whatsoever. Like
Yeah.
this is probably one of my least favorite songs.
yeah. If I was to show, the reason I picked it is if I'm to show somebody like Cold Chamber for the first time, this is a
The
good
roots.
introduction.
Roots.
Yeah, it's roots. It's like a good introduction, but it's not like what I love, too much. Jandro, thoughts on Loco?
Is there any like? Is he what's his nationality? Like
Me?
Mexican, no.
Who? Dez?
Is
yeah.
Dez is Italian. Italian American.
The only reason I say it's because like el cucuy, you know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
seeing a lot of
Well, I
that.
mean, remember
Yeah,
they were from Los Angeles.
Yeah, they're from
Right.
LA, and Meigs, the guitar player, is Mexican American.
Okay.
Did he
Uh,
write some of the lyrics?
I'm sure he helped. Meigs was very part of the look and the like more. I believe he was very aware of like the artistic side, like when they started doing more of the Day of the Dead kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where I think his thing came in.
Okay. I was just wondering, just like, okay, loco and cucuy, you know what I mean? Like I'm seeing
Yeah.
this stuff. I mean, because of stuff like that, like I made me like, all right, this is cool. You know what I mean? I like that, a little representation, but I don't know. It's a strong like 7 out of 10. I mean, if it comes on in a playlist and it's one like I'm not gonna listen to low volumes, like you have to fucking crank it up.
Yeah. For me, this isn't like a song that like I'm like, oh, I got to put on Loco. Like if I'm like by myself, but like if like if we're all hanging out and we're drinking, like and we're partying it up, I will play this. This
Dude.
is like definitely a party song. This
You
is
have,
like,
you have to be drinking Four Locos too.
Drink Four
We'd be
Locos.
like,
I chugged a Four Loco to this song.
I'm sure
oh,
you
man.
did.
You remember that? We were at Mission Bay, and I fucking chugged a Four Loco in
Yeah,
under
the
3
old
minutes.
school Four Locos.
And this fucking song was playing in the background.
Back when they had the loco in it.
Yeah,
the
dude.
loco.
When they were
That
cheap
shit-
as fuck.
Shit was plutonium and shit.
Shit was like 329, but that should get you fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
9.0s.
Oof.
All right, next song.
So we're gonna get to the next song. This song is called Bradley. The reason why it's called Bradley is because that's Dez's actual name, Bradley Fafara. So this is definitely more Korn. Like you get the Korn vibe on this
Yeah.
song. Okay, so this is Bradley. This song gets hard live too.
very bouncy song.
Look back, try to remember. That name sounds so familiar. So, these letters are driving me crazy. They're driving me so fucking crazy. They're making me so angry. Gladly remember. Bradley, so familiar. Bradley remember. Bradley, so familiar.
There's a little bit of a breakdown that comes up.
One more year, do something, make something from nothing. So, these letters are driving me crazy. They're driving me so fucking crazy. They're making me so these letters are driving me crazy. I'm losing cancer.
So that was Bradley.
Interesting.
So I believe, if I remember correctly, this song is about facing trauma. This song is about facing repressed trauma. So this song hits home a little bit for me more when I was younger. When I hear it now, I don't really think about it too much emotionally. But this was a song of like I listened to a lot like before going into my therapist appointments. This was a song I would like kind of like pump myself because I know I'm gonna come out of there all fucked up. I know we're gonna be talking about some shit. So this is a song that like okay, let me fucking get ready. You know? Tony, shut the fuck up. Snake's casket.
Snake's casket.
And yeah, I love the groove that dun 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 dun. I love like the kind of like vibe to it. It has a little bit of a, like a
That's
party.
a weird
vibe.
riff. I gotta say, like it's a very like unique.
Yeah, it definitely like you can definitely hear like when they were in the studio, what would Korn do? Like there was a lot of
Right.
that on this
Yeah.
album.
Like,
They do a lot of that.
What corn, dude?
I thought about adding Amir of the Desert in the on this playlist. It's like a little 1 minute interlude. It's fucking hilarious, and they have a song called Maricon Puto, which is just fucking Des singing Maricon Puto for like a minute. It's fucking hilarious.
That's cool. Cunt.
So we'll start on this side of the room today, right now. 100 thoughts on Bradley.
For sure, the more blatant like Korn. I don't want to call it Korn rip-off because they're still you know have some sort of uniqueness, and I think that comes a lot from Dez, right? You know, just his style, and I can see what you mean about the whole like he was kind of like the next guy to be the whole fucking tripping out fucking Jonathan. You know what I mean? The emotional fucking lashing out. So it's not my favorites one. I prefer Loco. Like if we're talking about like that. The first two, I'd say this is like this is gonna be a 6.1.
Okay.
Okay, it's not bad.
Are you serious with these points? Like, or are you?
Loco is
I'm
better.
like a 6.1. Like,
Yeah.
just say a 6.
I like
A
that he
6.
does it, man.
Well, okay. If you're a fan, I'm not. Me and Baji, I know it frustrates us because we're like, how does he come up with 0.1? Okay, 6.1.
Yeah,
All
not
right.
bad. Like I said, there's some like it's a weird riff, but like the fact that they made it work, I would not. If someone showed me that riff, I'd be like, what do we do with that? Like, what drum beat are you gonna do? You know what I mean? So, I'm looking at it from a musician standpoint.
Okay. We'll go with Rudy. Thoughts on Bradley?
The song is like really chaotic, dude.
Yeah.
It's just all over the fucking place for me.
That's weird. It's 3 riffs.
But his voice though, and
Oh.
the way he talks,
Oh, okay.
the way he does the vocals in this song, it's
The
like
arrangements,
really like
maybe?
it's
Oh,
like
like-
it's almost like he's like talk.
Let's fix your mic, Rudy.
fix it. Like what?
Yeah, because
Like-
you can barely hear. You got to point it right at your face.
it is in my
No,
face.
it's pointing. There
Like
you
that?
go. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Oh shit.
See. Okay. Well, fucking. It's a chaotic song, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's for me. It's just hard to like. Where does it start? Where does it end? Type of shit.
That's
It
interesting.
starts at 0 and it ends at about 321.
Because I
Des confuses the fuck out of me. Like with his vocal, like the way he like does it in the song.
yeah, it's weird because like when I look at the arrangements, like intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, intro, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, breakdown, chorus, outro. It's like such a like A B C D A B C D.
I guess
like,
I can't do that.
Instrumentally,
I'm not-
yeah, it is.
it's
but-
probably because
but
this is like
his-
one of the first times you're hearing it too. I think like if you were to get, like,
No, I've heard the song, and this shit was always like really confusing to me, dude.
Oh.
Like, I'm
Like
trying
the-
to
like the-
compare it to another
like what
song.
he chooses to do in a certain section, like in the
Mhm.
pre-chorus, like okay, this is what he's choosing to do in the pre-chorus.
It's probably because
He doesn't go by the book,
Yeah.
which is good.
It's
It's
prob-
actually a good thing.
yeah, it's probably because it's not consistent with how music is now.
Yes.
Back then it was like
Yeah.
they didn't copy and paste. Oh, we got the chorus, so just paste the chorus. We got the verses. Like they're not pacing. He tracked everything, and so each part sounds a little like each chorus sounds a little different than the last because it's all tracked in real time. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting because I think as a musician, I see it as a very simple. It's very simplistic. So hearing it from you is very interesting. Okay, Baji, thoughts on Bradley?
I like chaos. It just, I don't know.
We know,
Yeah.
you know.
I don't know. Like I like the opposite chaos. I like it's like for me it's the like how he doesn't like the chaosness. I like it. It just makes it feel very fresh every time.
Okay.
And yeah, no, like yeah, it does. It's very Korn-esque for sure. But
corny.
Korn, no. Well, I mean, to be fair, Dez did fill in for Jonathan Davis on a show.
Yeah,
Really?
that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he did like.
It was like download 2007.
Yeah,
or
I think.
2006.
Yeah,
Must see
Jonathan
my-
Davis. Like I guess he was sick or something, and Dez literally
Yeah.
did the show.
Well, no, he
would-
did.
Or he
did.
did like a couple songs.
They got They got Matt Heath from Trivium. They got
Yeah.
M Shadows. They got Dez. They got a bunch of people to come out and do a song or two per throughout the show. It was
What did
fucking-
Jonathan have? He was that bad?
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
Yeah.
It was
COVID?
like I think he had like an infection in his throat or some shit.
No, yeah, this was before COVID.
It's a Coke.
No, I said COVID.
Oh, you said COVID?
Yeah, it is
Yeah,
COVID.
he said
Motherfucker, I
COVID.
said 2006.
I know. That's why I said it still.
All right.
But
So
yeah.
cool.
Always existed.
The Cornvid.
Corvid.
Cornvid.
So we're gonna get into one of my favorite songs from Cold Chamber. This is El Cucuy. We got a funny story about El Cucuy in a minute. This is El Cucuy.
You know, that's my
There's one
nickname
time
in
when
high
you can't
school.
think for yourself. Think for it, and you're just like, oh.
And Alejandro.
Listen to the dreams you're dreaming, untraceable. Tell me what are you scheming? Untraceable. To the place where you most fear, untraceable. So help me, dear. Untraceable, the name is sure is essential to me. Fade or fade away. Sweet as smells is so sweet as to be. Just to be fade or fade away. Untraceable. I have no place now, untraceable. To your jaded vows, untraceable. No more of your face, untraceable. So help me, please. Untraceable, and they are surely substantial to me. Fade or fade away. Sweet as smells is so sweet as to be. Just to leave, fade or fade away. Kill the man, become the monster. 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 You.
That was El Cucuy.
El Cucuy.
That song when I used to work out in high school, that song used to pump me the fuck up. Just blast it. I guess I'll just fucking start. I love the main riff. I love everything about this song. The lyrics I really identify with. I also left out this is off their second album, Chamber Music, that came out in 99.
99, right?
Let me see, when did it come out? Chamber Music came out in 99. You're right. Fun fact: the cover art, the woman who's on the cover, that's Anastasia. That's Dez's
Thea,
wife.
too.
That's your Thea. That's Dez's wife. So just also to know, so the first Cold Chamber record, a lot of it is about his youth, also being like an outcast, a misfit, just like stuff like that. The second album, there's a lot of songs that are geared towards relationships because he had a very like crazy relationship during the making of the first record, and I believe they broke up during the first couple tours that they did with Pantera. So a lot of the songs on this record are about a relationship. The line "Kill the man, become the monster." Like I always identify because I relate a lot to monsters and like very disgusting, ugly things. Hence, like my whole thing is monsters. So I've always like identified with that. This song used to just pump me the fuck up.
That's why I keep telling you, listen to the new Fallen in Reverse album, dude.
I'm not into Ronnie, dude. I'm not into that piece of shit, dude. I don't like Ronnie. I don't like Ronnie,
But you
man.
love monsters.
Ronnie Rat.
Ronnie is not a monster. Ronnie is just a cringy dude. That is a cringy man if I've ever seen a cringy man. Anyways,
We're gonna do an episode about. We should.
well, if we do a Fallen in Reverse episode, I'm gonna rip that episode apart.
You should.
I don't like anything.
good.
You should. He
That'd
would
be a good
actually.
one.
I think he would like that.
Yeah, he probably featured on his TikTok.
Yeah, dude.
He responds to fucking everything.
Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying.
He's
Like,
responded to me a bunch of times. I'm like, dude, I'm so bored at this point. It's always like, oh, you don't understand me because you're a fat fuck and you don't make any money, and I'm hanging out with Papa Roach, and I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude.
They're still around.
I'm just saying. You said the monster thing.
Uh huh.
If you look at that new music of his lyrically wise, I think you would connect to it.
I've heard a bunch of songs from it already, and I do not connect with any.
I think this is just another Dave Mustaine for you.
Oh, dude, Ronnie's worse than Dave to me. Ronnie
Ronnie?
to me is not that.
You know, Ronnie. We'll talk about.
I have
dude,
no idea.
I'll show you.
He's gonna hate it too. It'll
Dude,
probably be the one thing
it's-
me and him hate together.
I think Falling in Reverse is in the same level as Bring Me the Horizon right now.
What?
Falling in Reverse is in the same like realm wise, like musical wise, like stature wise as Bring Me the Horizon.
Sure.
You like that album, right?
Sure, but they're better.
See, you're,
I mean-
that's so that's your opinion.
I also don't like the songwriting in Falling in Reverse. I think it's way too spastic. When you talk about chaos with Bradley, Falling in Reverse is fucking chaos. It's a riff switching every 5 seconds. It's so fucking. I don't know. I can't. But we're not talking about Falling in Reverse right now.
I'm just talking about monsters. That's
Okay,
what I'm saying.
okay.
Monsters. You like monsters?
I do. I don't like cringy monsters. I like fun monsters. I like Godzilla, not
I'm intrigued.
not Tim Burton monsters.
You like
To-
Hellboy?
Hellboy's Mike Mignola. To me, Ronnie is like a Tim Burton character. It is cringy as fuck.
You don't like Tim Burton?
No, I
See,
don't.
some people
What?
like Tim Burton.
I
though.
like-
See, that's what I'm
He
saying.
doesn't.
Tim
I-
Burton.
he doesn't.
I like Edward Scissorhands. I like.
Then you like Tim Burton.
I like Sleepy Hollow.
Then you like Tim Burton.
I like the most least Tim Burton when he's actually trying to be a director and
Nightmare
not trying to
Before
be
Christmas?
fucking weird.
Do you like Beetlejuice?
I'm not a
Skellington?
fan of Nightmare. My wife is. I'm not.
Wait, not even Beetlejuice, the original one?
Ooh, Beetlejuice.
Oh, it took
That's
me a
good
long
one.
time to come out. I like Beetlejuice because of Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like if there was any other art direction, I wouldn't give
Okay,
two
what
fucks.
about Nightmare Before Christmas?
I mean, my son and my wife are real into it, so I support it. I'm not
Exactly.
Into it. I'm not into it at all.
I mean, no, I'm agree with that. I don't like musicals though. So
I don't like musicals either.
yeah,
All right.
love
I like
musicals.
Batman.
All right,
I
so
love musicals.
all right, so
Batman the
Tim
musical.
Burton, Tim Burton created Batman, right?
Yeah, no, he's right. No, he's right. No.
all right, so
Sorry.
hey, bleeding through. Remember?
Okay. Nah, this is nothing like Bleeding Through.
Oh,
No one's showing their titties.
well,
so.
not yet. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, Baji. Thoughts on fuck? I even forgot El
El
Cucuy.
Cucuy. I like it. I like
like
it
it?
a lot. It reminds me of the good old days.
The good old days.
You know, just sitting by the tree, listening to Coal Chamber.
The cum tree at Montgomery?
Yeah. The cum
Dude, that
tree.
shit smells like cum, bro.
That's because it was fertilized. It took us years
No.
after to realize, oh,
Really?
it's fertilizer.
Yeah.
No, dude.
We used to say like, oh, people are just good. So there's this tree
No,
right in
there's
front of
a
our high
tree
school
Yeah.
that anytime you stood next to it, it was like, oh, dude, it smells like cum. Like once we all started to know what the smell of cum was, because I remember I was being like, it just smells bad, and then like freshman year, it's like, oh, it smells bad. By our junior, it smells like cum.
It
Like,
smells
we
jizz.
knew what it
It's
was.
fucking-
Dude,
no,
I've
dude,
never heard of that.
It's the
Yeah,
jizz
the
tree by
jizz
the
tree.
library.
The jizz
I
tree
never,
by the
but then again, I
library.
never hung out over there.
Okay, but then I think after high school we realized, oh, it's because they fertilize. They use a fertilizer that smells like
I
that.
don't know, man.
I feel like-
cum
no,
is
You,
a.
you really believe a bunch
No.
of kids fucking went over and jizzed on the fucking
no,
tree?
I didn't say
Yes.
that. But
Yes.
there is
That's
a
more
tree.
plausible.
There is a tree that smells like
I
fucking
100%
semen.
agree with you.
Google it. There's a tree
I agree with
around
you.
summer
Uh-huh.
that fucking releases pheromones
Uh-huh.
and it smells like jizz.
Okay, Baji, thoughts on El Cucuy?
It's a good song.
Good
It's
song.
a great song.
All right,
We should hear it again sometime.
Rudy, thoughts on El Cucuy?
This is when I started like kind of being okay with Cold Chamber. I felt like his vocals were like changing a lot.
Mhm.
This is like it sounded like Double Driver vocals for a couple seconds.
Uh-huh.
Am I right or am I wrong?
Oh,
And that's when I started like, okay, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, his voice sounded different.
It definitely, dude. It's like it changed a lot.
Yeah.
Like I mean, not the whole fucking song, but a big part of it.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh, dude, that's like Double Drivers like coming out
Yeah.
of him.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
So,
Handro, thoughts on El Cucuy?
I'm gonna give this one a 7.3. We're back up.
I don't I'm
We-
not gonna get into
We
it.
know. We know.
I'm not gonna get
We
into it.
know.
Reason
Okay.
being is that the main riff reminds me of two things. Well, one of them is funny. You know, it's like, oh, corn. From
Corn.
See You on the Other Side. I don't know what song. I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys know what song that is. I don't know if it's three-way. And then it also reminds me of a Maximum Carnage for the Super Nintendo or Sega, whichever one. There's a song that plays when the boss battle, and the riff is like. You're
you're talking about the red cartridge, right?
yeah, the
Yeah,
red cartridge
have
ones.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, like that riff reminds me so much, so it gives me this nostalgia, you know.
Okay.
You know, so
So he connected with it because of Spider-Man.
All right.
yeah,
Yeah,
Spider-Man
what he
created by Tim Burton,
Got it.
inspired.
See, I thought you guys were going to tear this episode apart, and I'm like, oh, you guys actually like kind of dig it.
No, okay, no. Well, I told you. I told you, being honest.
If I'm going to be honest, this sounds to me like a demo of like a Static X song without all the electronics.
right,
Like
and
just
then
like the
finished.
guitar, bass, drums, and vocals, just
Yeah.
like a da 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 da. Just that's kind of what it feels like to me.
See, I didn't want to compare it to Static X because I think they came before Static X, right?
Yeah, a few years
Yeah,
before.
so I can't-
They were all working the scene at the same time, but they all got signed at
But-
different times.
They're from 1992, right? You said?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Static X came around what 90s?
Static X was
94.
Static X started off as what, a thrash band,
Like a weird experimental around 94, 96.
Yeah.
and
And
then
get-
they developed their
Yeah, so see,
industrial.
that's why I wanted to throw that out and be like, dude, he sounds,
Yeah.
but
Right.
like no, like Wayne Static, but no, dude, he was before Wayne Static.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think one of the key differences between Cold Chamber and Korn is Korn really leans into the mid tempo, where Cold Chamber, they're like they're in between Slipknot and Korn, where they kind of push tempo a little bit. They kind of more upbeat. You know what I mean? Where Slipknot took that and fucking ran with it. Like they
Oh,
became
yeah,
like a
they
machine. But Cold Chamber is kind of like that bridge between Korn and Slipknot. They were like, we push the tempo a little bit more. As far as rawness goes, there's obviously other bands like Mudvayne would probably be a better analogy. But to me, if I
see
was to
that.
do the three, yeah. All right, so the next one we're going to get into is also off of Chamber Music. This one is called Untrue.
Oh, this one. I remember this one.
Like time calling.
Where have you been? I've been
This
here,
is totally corny.
waiting, anticipating, coping with tears. Where have you been? You've been untrue. I've seen it before and I've seen it cry. You've been untrue. I've seen it before and I've seen it cry. You've been untrue. I've seen it before and I've seen it again. You've been untrue. I've seen it before and I've seen it again.
Yeah, the whole aggressive and then chill out with the fucking.
Your phone rang all night. I waited here, waiting,
in the background.
anticipating, coping with fear. Where have you been? You've been untrue. I've seen it before and I've seen it again. You've been untrue. I've seen it before and I've seen it again. You've been untrue. I've seen it before and I've seen it again. You've been untrue. I've seen it before and I've seen it again. You can't stop me, you know who I am. This justifies now just what I am. You crucify me, won't live on the side, and now you need me undone. You can't stop me, you know who I am. This justifies now just what I am. You crucify me, won't live on my side, and now you need me undone.
So for the Chamber Music, they did it was an interesting arrangement that they would do for a lot of the songs. It was all, like an intro, verse, pre-chorus, and then the chorus. So you wouldn't get the chorus till like maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes into the song.
I love that.
When you guys were saying it sounds like Korn, like I understand, but you guys don't listen to a lot of goth rock, do you? Because it's
No.
like it's straight up goth rock, like 90s era goth rock, like very typo negative, a lot of like that kind of
That's who
stuff.
they remind me of.
So like Chamber Music is when there was a lot more clean vocals. They were moving away from the Jonathan Davis Korn shit, and they were moving more melodic because there's a lot more melody on this album. But Dez does a lot more clean. Like on this big chorus, he does that.
Like, I feel what you're saying, but to me, it still sounds like
Sounds
Jonathan
like
Davis.
Life is Peachy
Well,
demo that
it
didn't
does.
make it.
It does, but the cleans are more. The cleans are more melodic. They're not just like there's a melody to
I
it.
feel that.
It's the way he's performing it, and it's also a lot of the S. That's Cure. That's the Cure. That's how Robert Smith would perform a lot. And a lot of goth singers, they would always enunciate the tails of their vowels. So S or Ah. Like Solerno from Godsmack, he would do the
I
same
mean, yeah,
thing too.
that's That's what Jonathan was influenced by. You know what I mean? Like The Cure and like shit like that.
Yeah,
So,
but Jonathan would always like will it out, where
Yeah.
Dez is like just letting it. He's drawing it out. It's very chill.
Yeah.
But I get what you guys are saying, but I hear more typo negative.
I don't know what song it is. Like. And then like fuck yes, and then the chorus
yeah.
is like follow me, I swallow. You know what I mean? Like that kind
Swallow?
of vibe.
Yeah,
I get that vibe.
You mean
I
the
don't know
song
what's-
Swallow?
the song Swallow.
Is it Swallow? Okay.
Swallow.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get that. I know, right? It's saying it. This song gives me that vibe. Life is peachy, like Swallow.
gotcha.
Okay, I can see that.
Interesting.
I mean, I like it.
So
Yeah, it's not
we're
bad.
so we're on you. So okay. So just overall thoughts on the song.
So, yeah, I mean, it just out of all the songs, this one to me sounded like the most blatant. Like, because the other songs, there's always something unique about them, right? You know, whether it's Dez's voice and stuff. This one, my initial reaction was like, oh, he's just fucking like they're just copying fucking Korn, like. But then hearing it a second time today, I was like, you know what? I see what you mean. You know what I mean? Dez is like the Devil Driver voice came out a couple times,
Yes.
and like it's morphing.
Throws
so-
it out there.
Yeah.
dude. And it's like so fucking. I mean, to me, it stands out a lot.
Yeah.
I love Double Driver, dude.
Microphone.
I love Double Driver, and that shit like hella stands out, dude. Like,
Yeah.
The few times that he does it in there is what makes me like into this song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other like, I don't want to sound like a dick or anything. The Temu Korn sound is like, oh, you know.
Yeah.
But when I hear that
Did you just call it Temu Corn? The Temu Corn.
Oh, is that
Temu
what-
Korn.
the Temu Korn
Yeah,
sound.
I understand what you're saying.
But when I hear that Devil Driver Dez, I'm like, oh, dude, that's what I fucking
Yeah.
like. Like that's what gets me going.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
the only unique part in this song. I would say
Yeah.
is Dez,
Dude, Dez is-
really carrying it.
Dez's Devil Driver vocals is so unique, dude.
Yeah. I think you have to be someone who listens to a lot of Cold Chamber to know just how unique of a song this is, because I think with the bands that we all bring to the table, more so me, like I bring a lot of melodic bands and stuff, but this song was like a very big departure from Cold Chamber. This was like them doing like a very commercial radio rock new metal song. Like this song was meant to be a single, right? It just never caught on. But it has that big chorus and a lot of melody. There's a lot of things going on in that arena that Cold Chamber they didn't really do a lot before that. In fact, I think on the first time there's no song that sounds like this.
What year is this?
This is 99. So this is like Significant Other, Limp Bizkit, Issues era Korn. This is that time period of new metal.
Interesting.
so
It just
yeah,
sounds like 94 to me. Like
That's interesting.
yeah.
The production is a lot cleaner on this album.
It
too.
is.
There's
compared to
a
the other
lot
two.
cleaner.
Yeah.
Very.
So, Rudy, thoughts on Untrue? I think you already gave your thoughts.
Wait,
but
what was my thoughts?
You said,
I
sounds
said a
like
bunch of
Korn.
shit, right? Yeah, it sounds like okay. No, 5 out of 10. If we're
Okay.
like going
I
rating,
was-
I'm halfway happy, but then at the same time, like certain things I'm still not happy about. But like I said, the thing that's like bringing me out is when Dez is like, I think not discovering or like using his true voice with Devil Driver, dude. I guess like I'm being biased
No,
with the Devil Driver vocals.
yeah. I mean,
I'm hearing more of it, so I like it.
yeah. I appreciate this song more now because Dez doesn't do this anymore. He doesn't do clean sing. He has there's one song Devil Driver has, and he it's very different from what his normal clean singing is, but it just shows his palette, like his diversity. I think if someone was to listen to Devil Driver, and not know of Cold Chamber, they would just be like, oh, all he does is fucking scream. They don't know that he has this whole other skill that he can do, writing wise and all that. What I also appreciate about this song too is it's a story, and I love songs that tell a story. Like that's like my favorite thing. Because I don't think I have to say. I mean, it's about a girl cheating on him. He's waiting for his chick to come home because she was out fucking around. I love that it's a story. It's not so much of like, you fucking bitch, oh fuck you. Like he's like, I've waited here all night. Where have you been? You're kind of like in the story, like you're in the vibe. He's describing things around him. He's describing the situation instead of how he's feeling. He's telling the story, which I actually love a lot lyrically. Baji, thoughts on Untrue?
It's a good song. I like it. Nothing really sticks out for me. I mean, I like the melody. I like the vocal melody. I like the guitars, the bass, the drums, everything. It's just a good song. Nothing too. I don't know. Nothing pops up for me for this song, but I like it. It's still a good song.
Okay. All right. So this is now we're getting into like my favorite era of Cold Chamber. So this is off the album Dark Days. They came out in 2002. This is the first song I ever heard from Cold Chamber. It's still like one of my go-to songs. Alex, if I would have showed you any Cold Chamber, it would have been this song. Like I don't know if I would have showed you Loco. Like this, I can guarantee. Like I played this while you were in the car.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's weird.
I want to hear it.
So this is Fiend from their album Dark Days.
This is the Cold Chamber.
Motherfucker, dude. This song.
It is a good song.
I remember hearing this for the first time, be like, "Holy shit! You can do that long?" This song gets me
I
lit.
love this song. It reminds me so much.
So I don't know if you noticed this. This song sets a template for the album. It's a very dark album. This album is super dark. This is when Dez was approached by Roadrunner to write a more commercial, just like Chamber Music, the last album, to write a more commercial album, and he was like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna go heavier." So even his like the brutality in his voice is more pushed. He's doing a lot more of that roar like that shit. It's fucking sick as fuck. This is what I think. This is the biggest route to Devil Driver. This everything he does on this album is like he took into Devil Driver.
This is like beta Devil Driver.
Because you're hearing his fries, like he has it refined and he sharpened his tools, like he's fucking ready to go. And it's funny because the band is just goth rock metal, new metal boogie, right? But he is like the heaviest thing in the band, which normally in metal it's like the guitar players, they add more chuggy, the drummer adds more double bass. On this album, Dez is the heaviest instrument on the record. He does that death metal, the roar, like all that shit, and it's such a departure from like a lot of metal music that I love. A different kind of split or reverse. So yeah, I love Fiend. Thoughts on Fiend, Hondro?
I like this for sure more than the previous song. Musically, it just stands more on its own. I don't know, like the boom, clap, drum. Like,
see, okay, that's
like,
that's what Brennan would. No, because Static X does the same shit. The doom, da, doom, da.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying
Okay.
I'm not saying I hate every instance that is done. I just feel like for example, that part that I said I like this, and then the next part was, I was like, I would have probably like done something different or more like.
I think now you would have synced up the kicks. Dun 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 dun. Like the kicks would have been more synced up. There would have been double kick all over this song. But at the time that they were writing this record, the band was still in the new metal phase, and this is right at the cusp of like Shadows Fall and all those bands. Right, this is the end of new metal basically.
2002.
Yeah, so like you could tell like Dez is really pushing for the heaviness, but the band
like
is
his voice.
still in that like kind of rocker. But I love it. I love that it's so simple because it's so different from a lot of like what metal became. Like there's not a lot of double kicks going on. It's just straight, just a simple
Yeah.
kit doing its thing, and I love that.
Yeah, no,
It's
definitely.
a
definitely.
6.5. Like I don't like dislike it at all. It's just some personal choices I would have done differently. But yes, I do like the whole Devil Driver beta. Like I don't know. If for me, it helps. If for me to get into somebody or a band, it helps for me to know something about the person. You know, maybe connect something, or maybe you know. So
Like, I feel that.
yeah, like I don't mind Devil Driver at all. They've grown on me over time, and seeing them live changed my perspective on them. So maybe I'm more like, oh yeah, I'm more interested in Dez, honestly. Like Cold
Yeah.
Chamber, like Devil Driver is like I think he's the main star, like
Yeah.
in Cold Chamber for sure.
Yeah.
Carrying the songs, you know what I mean? Where maybe if the songwriting is like whatever, like he's fucking carrying it. So
Yeah. Okay. Rudy, thoughts on Fiend?
This is my favorite Cold Chamber song.
Okay.
Out of
Yeah.
all of them, yeah, definitely. And like we were talking about comparing it to Double Driver, dude, this is like Double Driver 1.0 or something. You know, like the pre-existence before his
Yeah.
he shaped his voice and like knew what his voice was.
Yeah,
I feel like.
for sure.
Just fucking suck his dick already. Fuck. Does this?
I'm the same fucking way. I've been the same way for 20
No,
goddamn years.
He's asking me like I'm
I know.
just answering.
I'm just.
I
I'll be honest.
I
I'm just
100%
fu- I'm
agree
just
with you.
fucking
I'm
with you, that's
and you're
all.
in sync. Like
Okay,
I'm right
I'm
with
just
you.
fucking with
that
you.
should be directed towards this guy.
Yeah, motherfucker. Say something.
Suck his dick already.
Say something.
I will not be sucking no
All right.
dick.
All right,
Well,
Baji.
thank you.
Thoughts on
Fucking, I love it.
Why don't you
Like-
suck his dick?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, right?
Why don't
You
you
suck
pounce?
his dick.
Why don't you pounce on that fucking dick?
oh
No, I love this song. It gives me like
Des ain't coming on the podcast.
it gives me like Static X, Rob Zombie vibes. So I'm like, I
Oh
dig
yeah,
it.
like
Oh,
Dracula.
zombie.
Yeah.
big time.
It has
I
like
didn't think
this
about that
nice,
till now.
just
Yeah,
Like
Zombie.
like a heavier
like-
zombie.
yeah.
I can
Like
see
heavier.
that.
like it's just like flowing.
Has this party song?
Yeah, it's like a party
vibe to
song,
it.
kinda.
No, it definitely was.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
I fucking love this song.
Cool. So this song, God, finding another song off this album because I love the whole album, all the songs equally. I chose this one because I have a very personal situation that happened with this song. I like got pumped up to beat the shit out of my best friend in high school, and this was a song I was just fucking blasting the whole time. This
you beat up your best friend.
I beat the shit out of Alex Chavez.
While listening to
I'll
this
say it
song.
on the fucking podcast. I beat the ever loving shit out of Alex Chavez. Fuck that fool. I was on the trolley and I had this song blasting in my headphones. Just got
You
Boom.
You beat him up on the trolley.
no, I beat him up when I got to Southwest High, and I fucking. But after I beat the shit, out, I fucking ran. I was like ran to the bus stop and fucking booked it.
Well,
Found it all.
I think I got
you
like
got him.
soon as the bus,
I got him.
You got him.
I got him.
That's funny, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
It-
Considering who it is funny.
Hey,
It-
I fucking fuck Alex Chavez. Dude.
Fuck Alex Chavez,
I have
dude.
his fucking Conquer's Bad Fur Day Nintendo 64.
Keep that shit. Don't want
I am keeping that shit. That's a good fucking
good
game.
title.
that
haven't-
that fucking
that's
piece of
worth
No,
shit.
it's
That
actually
is
funny.
awesome.
He
Yeah.
borrowed my Mayhem, my
Uh-huh.
WCW Mayhem, and this fool fucking like took off with it and never came back with it. But
Yeah.
the game he let me borrow was Conquer's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah.
I won that one.
Yeah.
Like,
that you did.
Mayhem is like $9.99. Conquer's is like $600 right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I have a whole like the whole Alex Chavez thing is like such a saga. Like it's so fucking crazy.
Alex Chavez saga.
No, the last time I seen him was literally right here, dude. My mom
Yeah.
used to fucking like she was like the pool security for fucking his apartment complex.
Your
So
mama.
I would go there, chill in the pool, and he would come and like I met him because of the pool.
Yeah.
because my mom worked in there. He borrowed my game, and he let me borrow Conkers, and that was that.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck that fool. If ever there was like a friend that fucked you over, like that is the fucking. I'm so unfortunate to have been so close to him. So this song is like, this is your song, motherfucker. You know what? What inspired me to add this song to the playlist? I came across on Facebook, like I think earlier this week or last week. You know when it shows like suggested friends.
Oh, yeah.
And it said Lex Chavez, and I like clicked on it and it says, "Oh, I'm back on Facebook." I'm like, I hope you fucking die, dude.
You
Like,
sent it to him?
huh?
You sent that? to
No,
him?
dude, I just fucking like, nah, dude, fuck
should.
that. Nah,
Yeah,
nah.
just
I've spoken
it
my
out, dude.
piece. I've spoken my piece with that fuck. I've spoken my piece with him.
You should have just sent him a friend request
It's like,
Why?
because it's funny.
He was at a fucking show. He was at the Soma show.
Hey, dude, I wish I would have seen
I
him.
don't.
Dude.
I took a picture and I sent it in the group chat.
I was at that show and I didn't see him.
Yeah. It was so fucking weird. I'll
I
show you
was,
the.
I was fucked.
He was right in front of me. I took a picture while he was like looking away, and I was like, "Oh, this motherfucker!" Dude. And my wife and my son were on the barricade right over there. I'm like, "Just focus on them, focus on them." And I fucking went ham that night. Anyway, so okay, so we're gonna play Friend. This is Friend.
This riff. I remember
This
this riff.
is
Wait for the chugs. Wait for the chugs.
Living a lie, let's not pretend that you like me. Oh, we are friends. We can call it for the few. Let it listen in tonight. We'll divide the dream, cut the loss. I feel no pain. You fuck the fame. You fuck the fame. That are listening. All this time that I called you friend, I won't be there for you again. All this time that I called you friend, I won't be there for you again. All this time that I called you friend, I won't be there for you again. All this time that I called you friend, I won't be there for you again. You just bleed, you better save your skin. It's that flesh you smell, it's that skin you're in.
I love when he does on the second verse.
As well as your end, as your mind and teeth, they're getting thinner. Selfish, self-esteem, regrets, and mistakes. Fuck the fame, you can fuck the fame that are listening. All this time that I called you.
So I fucking love this. I love what he
can
does.
see why you relate to it. So
Oh, dude, he's fucking pissed. He's fucking pissed. Hold on, I want to play the breakdown, or what I would call the breakdown, the chuggy chugs.
All this time that I called you, and I won't be there for you.
Like, how can you say that sucks? Like, that's fucking sick. Like, that's so
That
cool.
is pretty cool.
I don't know. Chevelle ripped these guys off, man.
So this song fucking.
Reminded me of that.
So this album too. The first two albums, Des was more that tortured,
Yeah.
dark frontman. This album, he's just fucking pissed. Like, everything out of his mouth is fucking just venom spewing. There is no poor me. There is no I'm an outcast. The whole album is fuck you. That's the entire album. I fucking love that so much. And there's other songs on this album, like Alienate Me is fucking killer, but that I love. Like, I just when I'm listening to Cold Chamber, this is what I'm listening to. I don't listen to too much of like the old shit. This album and then the next album, that's what I listen to. The pissed off, fuck you shit. Hundred thoughts on Friend.
Remember yesterday when I
yeah.
messaged you?
You're like Fiend and Friend. You put it 2 times. I'm like,
No. Oh yeah.
Oh, you didn't read
dude,
it.
You put friend 2 times. And he was like, no, and you were like, I thought you were gonna like rip into me when I realized I was wrong. I was like, no. He's like, no, yeah, it does look
Yeah.
the same. I was
It-
like, all right.
It happened to me too. But yeah,
Oh, yeah, I mean, there's only one letter.
there's a 1-letter difference.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like glancing. I was like, put friend 2 times.
I swear to Christ, that was a discussion they had in the studio. I bet you that,
That
was like
had to be a
that was like a
discussion.
hey man,
We need to put these songs far
Far
apart from each
apart.
other.
yeah, because Fiend is the first track and Friend is like track 8 or track 7.
Right.
It's like one
Unless
of
you're
those.
telling a story, fiend or no friend, and then they're a fiend. I don't know.
No, if they were back to back, I think it probably would have made a lot more sense. Fiend,
Friend.
Friend, something like that, right?
Friend.
Friend.
So as far as the song goes, I like the chorus. I don't know if that story helped. Just like I was like, yeah. Like,
Yeah, fuck that dude.
I didn't really care too much for the verse, but once I got to the second verse, I was like, okay, like I see what he's fucking really railing it in. You know what I mean? So music wise, I mean, It's a little repetitive, but I think they add some effects, just to like that breakdown,
Well, yeah, the whole thing with Cold Chamber is simplicity. That's why it's so repetitive. It's
That's
simple.
cool. That's
That's what
really
they're
cool.
going for.
Yeah.
I'd say this one's probably like out of all of them the better. So I'd give this one like an 8.
Yeah, Dark Days is seen as the best Cold Chamber record. It's like the one record that all like the metal community all kind of rallied around. Like they finally got heavy. They finally got heavy. They're finally pushing the brutality. Dez is finally doing the more guttural shit. A lot of whenever there's like a poll voting, Dark Days is always the number one Cold Chamber record. Rudy, thoughts on Friend?
Yeah, this was one of my favorite songs on this album. It's fucking groovy, like really groovy, but also fucking heavy, dude.
Did my story help? Did it help amp it
Oh
up a
yeah,
little?
dude. We all have that. We all have that one friend
Yeah.
that we can relate to with this song.
We all have an Alex Chavez.
For me, it's fucking what was it? Burt Freeman.
Oh, Bert.
Fuck that.
That's a shared
Yeah.
commonality. Yeah.
I think it's one thing if like a friend did like there was a mistake or some fucked up thing happened. That's one thing. I think if that person continually, knowingly,
Oh, yeah,
just
100%.
kept fucking you over each and every
100%.
chance they could, to me that's just a bad human being. And to me, like that's what separates.
It's like Bert.
A Burt, like
It's so weird because we have such
At
a
least
different
for us.
experience with Bert.
Yeah, for
Bert was
sure.
like chill with me, but
you didn't live with him.
no.
I forgot you.
I've
lived
heard
with him.
stories. I've heard stories
Exactly.
of him. And I'm like, oh shit, that's fucked up. But yeah, like
Didn't you stay with John Biong for a bit?
Steve
With
Levy
me for a little bit. John Bion for very, very little, like a day, 2 max.
God,
John.
So
I would have heard.
Baji, thoughts on Friend?
Friend, good song. Once the riff started, I was like, oh, this song I've heard in forever. But good song. I like his vocals. They just like kind of goes back to like the very first 2 albums with like the, I guess like the new metalist style,
Yeah.
while still keeping that like that new or at that time that guttural heavy vocal
Yeah.
style. So like I like it. I like how he kind of like it still kept it new metal, but at the same time he made it heavier.
Yeah, he's pushing for the heaviness for
Mhm.
sure.
But like I said, I do like the incorporation of the previous stuff. It's not like he just straight up was like, we're just gonna do heavy.
Yeah.
No, he's like, you know what? We're still Cold Chamber. I still gotta do a little new metal stuff, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. What I liked about this song, the verses too, is because at first you're like, yeah, maybe it's a little repetitive, but you really hear how in the recording, like the recording arts part of it, how he's weaving things together.
Yeah.
Like there's like lo-fi dubs going on, and you can tell he's being super creative in the studio. It wasn't just like a one track. It's like, let me try this, let me add this, let me do this, and it
Yeah.
makes it almost ear candy. It's like, oh shit, what was that? Oh, he did an ad lib or whatever. Yeah. One of my favorite Cold Chamber songs. So we're gonna end with the last song on the playlist. This is a song for after the band reunited the first time off their album Rivals in
So this was-
2015.
Oh, okay.
2015.
They recorded the album with Mark Lewis,
Nice.
which was a big deal when that happened because Mark Lewis was like the name
I
in
think we
metal
used
production.
some Mark Lewis sounds in
I
our...
yeah, I still use the Mark Lewis preset pack in STL Totem, and
Okay.
I fuck with I think there's a Meigs preset that I fuck with sometimes. But yeah, the production on this album is fucking tight. Like it's
No,
tight
yeah,
as
I
fuck.
imagine it's
definitely.
like razor fucking sharp. I've heard
Yeah.
it last night, but I don't remember after one listen. Once I listen, I'll be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, the album is heavy. Like it's really
Yeah, I don't,
really good.
I don't think I heard anything after Dark Days. Honestly, I don't remember. I didn't even like check this out. 'Cause I remember you said something about it, but I just never really was like, I'll check it out.
This album was really good. It was really good. It hit me hard the first time I listened to the whole thing. And I have my favorites, but definitely like as a lead off track, this fucking song kills. If there's one thing I'll say about Devil Driver, their lead off songs fucking they come in hot. Like they're super like Slipknot. Always Slipknot. The first track after that like weird intro that they do, the first track is always like fuck you right to your face. Yeah.
All right.
So this is I Owe You Nothing.
Ooh.
Sick riff.
It's like we're climbing towards the sun, falling over everything, falling over everyone. Just keep the planets aside.
That's a sick fucking groove.
Oh, it is.
Keep shooting for the moon. Come dressed and I'll be there soon. I'll kick the shit out of stars. I'm the one that will take you too far. I owe you nothing. You get nothing. I owe you. I owe you nothing. You get nothing in return. I owe you nothing. You get nothing. I owe you. I owe you nothing. You get nothing. I owe you. I owe you. I owe
I'll let this part play a little bit.
I owe you nothing. Now that space is calling. The violence there. Now that
This is probably one of the top, if I was to put a number on it, like one of the top 10 songs I listen to on Spotify. This is like the song I max it the fuck out. When you're blasting the fuck out of the song, it really, like, this song is made to listen to like super loud in your car. I get real into it. I thought about getting the lyric, because it's like one of my favorite lyrics ever. I kick the shit out of stars. I'm the one that will take it too far. I'm like, that's me as a human being. Like, I'm the one, like, don't fuck with me. I will always take it too far. I'm that guy. I will always be over dramatic. I'm going to make a fucking scene. I'm going to make sure, like, everybody remembers, like, the situation.
We remember.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Remember.
I know. Luckily, with our situations, I had to hold back really hard. But I'm the guy. I'm the guy that got on stage at the Battle of the Bands and said, fuck the ASB. I'm the guy that, I do all that kind of dumb shit.
It's just that he gets that tick.
I'm at war with it. I'm at
That
war right
tick.
now with the San Diego metal scene right now because, you know, shit, it's fucking hilarious. So I thought about getting that tattooed for a while. I'm
You're
probably
reactionary. That's not a bad thing.
well, I'm fucking overly reactionary. That's my problem. My wife says it's charisma. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm just fucking manic.
It's like,
I'm like, oh yeah,
spread out the first thing that comes out of my mouth. I don't think that's a good thing.
oh, fuck. So yeah, so I love this song. I think it has a sick fucking groove. Love the lyrics. When Dez got into Devil Driver, I think it started with Dark Days, but his lyrics in Devil Driver were way more poetic and more intelligent. He's talking more about cosmos and like a lot of Lovecraftian shit and making a lot of stuff more personal, but using a lot of metaphoric shit instead of Cold Chamber when he was more Phil Anselmo, like very like fuck you fuck me over, right? Like he learned how to like articulate that in a more poetic way, and I think on this album there's a lot more of that. So yeah, so this is one of my favorite metal songs. Period. I love this song. Till like by the nodding, like you guys don't feel this, but that's okay. That's what we're here.
I guess
Go ahead.
it's not that I don't think it's a bad song. I like the song. It's a good song. It's just it sounds like, I mean, obviously it's Cold Chamber, but like I thought it would at least somewhat change a bit. It just sounds like a better production Cold Chamber, which it's kind of like Dark Days 2. I don't feel it like it's like its own, like it's like We're Back album. I think it's more like a
Picking up where we left off
kind of feel.
Well, yeah, that's.
But I mean, like I said, there's only one song that you're showing me. Like maybe this might just be that one song that just sounds like the Cold Chamber ish or Cold Chamber.
It's really weird because that riff, that da 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 da, the harmonics, they don't do that.
I know they
Anything.
don't do that, but it just like I've heard. Obviously, we've heard that.
And like the big driving chorus,
Yeah.
dun, 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 they don't do that either.
I know.
Like,
I don't know why. Just to me, it feels. It has that feel, but like I said,
it's the guitar tone. It's the tone, but the tone is a lot sharper, but it's also the tuning. Cold Chamber has a very specific tuning that they do. I have to look it up. It's very interesting. It's such a weird tuning. I don't do it because it fucks with my ear when I'm writing. I can't play with it. But
okay.
it's like I think that one of the top strings is sharp and the other string's flat. It's really fucking weird. It's really weird.
But yeah, I mean, it's not
that's
a bad
their
song
sound, though. That's their sound.
Yeah, it's not a bad song. I like the song. To me, it just sounds like
Cold Chamber.
Cold Chamber, like Dark Days Part 2 or something. But like I said,
I would normally take that as an insult, but because of how much I love Dark Days, I don't mind that I get a part 2 of that.
well, yeah, and like I said, it's just one song. The other songs might be different, you know. But you know, like you said, this is one of your songs that you like a lot, and you know that's cool. And to me, that's just what I hear. But like I said, it's still a good song, nonetheless. Still a good song.
Cool.
Still has that great like Cold Chamber vibe, very punchy, very like kind of party song.
Yeah.
So I like it.
Okay.
It's a good song.
Rudy, thoughts on I Owe You Nothing?
I fell off after Dark Days. Because I listened to the album after that in 2003, which was what Give the Devil His Dues.
That was a remix album.
Oh, okay. Well, I listened to that shit and I fucking fell off.
Yeah.
So I never gave this album a shot. It's the first time I hear it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was. I think there was a couple B-sides on that record, or remix versions of the. Yeah, it was a remix. It was like Linkin Park's Reanimation. That's what it was. It was just a remix album with some B-sides. Okay. Cool. Andro, thoughts on I Owe You Nothing?
Give it a 7.8.
I don't understand this.
Okay.
Yeah, like it,
Okay.
I think it was Fiend that I said. It was like a straight 8. I like the chorus. I owe you nothing. I don't know. I think it's sick. Like what he's saying. I like the harmonics. I like how the do sounds like almost like Push It. So it gave me some Static X vibes. But yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, other than that, I mean, yeah, sure. Going off what you're saying, I was like, yeah, do something more. That's crazy, dude. The way I saw this band, like, before I heard them was, like, it's not what I imagined in my head. I don't know why I imagined them as, like, this gothic, industrial.
Because the way they look.
Yeah, maybe, right?
Big time.
Like, the way they look, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, shit. Like, it look like they're coming out with music, like, Orgy or something, you know what I mean? But, so, yeah.
100%.
All right. Cool. So that is it for our end of the playlist segment. We're gonna get into our fall off point segment. We will start with. I mean, well, you guys are the least, but like,
Yeah. It's probably between you and Bashi.
yeah.
I mean,
So you guys don't have a fall off point, but you guys just kind of.
Oh, I fell off a long time ago. After
You just
Dark
said
Days.
it.
But you said you were never really a fan.
Oh yeah, exactly. No.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was
Oh,
on
okay.
for an album and that was it.
Oh, okay. I see.
Put it that way.
Okay, cool. Yeah, there's a lot of fans that got in that Dark Days album. That, but the thing is, they didn't put out anything after that for over 10 years, I think. So there, everyone fell off.
Yeah.
You know. Okay. Baji, follow-up point.
I never really had a fall off point. It was just like they kind of disbanded. You know, they disbanded for years, and I mean, I listen to them, but you know, it's kind of like Hondro, would always say, it's like, you know, you found something else, you know, because I think at that time, like, I really got into Lamb of God for like a good like like a lot of years. I got into Lamb of God, and you know, it just kind of, they just fell on the back burner. You know, obviously they were disbanded. Dez was doing Devil Driver. You know, we got into Devil Driver, and then it was like, oh shit, you know. So it's like
you got on a different train.
yeah, you know, got on a different train.
Dez was the conductor in both trains.
Follow Dez.
Follow Dez.
No, but yeah, like I never really fell off. It's just, you know,
I hear you.
you know, they disbanded. They didn't really make any. They didn't make any music, and then when they did, and they got back together, you know, I was into other stuff, so I was like, I'll check it out when I can, and I just never did.
Okay.
But you know, never fell off. I still, like I said, you know, I think like we've all said, like, you know, if they come on, you know, we'll listen to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't hit next. We'll listen to them, and then that's that. You know.
Gotcha. I'll remember that for Vegas. I'll remember that. I'll put a couple Cold Chamber B-sides on that. A couple
All
deep
right.
cuts.
All right. I'm done.
So yeah, I think I'm the same way. I don't really have a fall off point. Like when I was really into Cold Chamber, I was really heavy, but it's because I had such a limited amount of bands that I was into.
Exactly.
By the time Devil Driver came out, I was just starting to get on like the Esley Dying 94 Hours, Throwdown, like stuff like that. I was just starting to get into that. But you know, I was big into Cold Chamber, but when Devil Driver came out, I became obsessed. Like Devil Driver was like that was my band. If I would say like a Korn was like a band that meant a lot to me, 12 to like 15, Devil Driver took that place from 15 to like, I don't know, 18, 19. So whenever Pray for Villains came out.
No, that was a good one.
After Pray for Villains, I kind of, and we'll get into a Devil Driver episode. Pray for Villains was like the last Devil Driver album that I was like obsessed over.
Yeah, that was same.
But yeah, like I won't say I fell off. I'll say that my interest in Cold Chamber has definitely waned a lot less. You know, fuck it. I did have a fall off point when they came out with Rivals. I got back into Cold Chamber. Because like when Devil Driver started, like that's where my heart went. So I didn't revisit a lot of Cold Chamber. I had a couple songs that I would listen to, but I wasn't like, oh, I gotta go listen to chamber music. I gotta listen to the first album. And then when Rivals came out in 2015, they rejuvenated my love for Cold Chamber. And then when they broke up again, it was like, well, I still got Devil Driver. Right. And then I think now with the heightened popularity in Cold Chamber, I definitely want to see them live. They're one of those bands of like I have a bunch of bands that like Metallica is like my dream concert to go to. Cold Chamber is definitely up there. Like I would be like, I want to see Metallica every year until they retire. Cold Chamber, I'm okay with seeing them once. Like I just want to see them once. I want to hear those songs live once. But yeah, like I'm still a fan. Definitely not as big of a fan as I used to be. So I guess maybe I did have a fall off point. We'll get into album recommendations. We'll start with you, Baji. Album recommendations.
Dark Days.
Dark Days?
For sure.
Okay.
Like first two albums, I don't know, I wouldn't. Me personally, I think they aged okay, but I think Dark Days is aged well.
Yeah.
Because the first two, they've aged okay, like I said, but Dark Days for sure, like you can still hear it today and be like, you know what? This sounds something modern.
Yeah. Like the production still holds up. Gotcha. You got Rudy? If you were having an album recommendation?
Dark Days.
Dark Days, same thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Handro?
Dark Days.
Dark Days?
I don't know.
Well, the songs that you seem to like the most were Dark
Fiend,
Days.
is that Fiend?
Fiend, yeah.
Fiend is
Fiend
Dark
and
Days.
Friend.
Yeah, sure.
It just reminds me of Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Just like that fucking
The
that chorus.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Like,
The Fiend
sound.
fall off.
Yeah.
Dracula.
I'm gonna go with you guys because I would play devil's advocate, but I feel like if I'm gonna introduce somebody to Devil Driver, I'm gonna show them Dark Days. I think if I'm being very real, I think Dark Days is a new metal masterpiece.
Oh, yeah.
On the level of like an Iowa or an Issues, or Mudvayne's LD50.
Oh, okay. Okay.
On that level of like iconic masterpiece new metal albums,
Yeah.
Dark Days is right
Right
there.
there. I can
It's in
see
the
that.
top for me, the top 10 new metal albums ever.
I can see that.
Static X, Wisconsin Death Trip. So it's like that album, right?
His like I don't know, almost reminding me of like when Wayne would do the lower shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. All right, guys. So that is it for this episode. We are done. Thank you guys so much for putting up with my culture. I thought you guys were going to tear into this episode because the way you guys sounded before we recorded, I was like, God damn. All right, guys. So that is it for this episode of Metalology. We hope you guys enjoyed that story. Hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. You guys can follow Metalology on Instagram at Metalology Podcast. Follow us on TikTok. We're posting clips on there as well at Metalology Podcast. You guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've got more episodes coming out very soon. Subscribe, follow on all streaming platforms as well. You guys can follow our band Defy the Tyrants at Defy the Tyrants. Follow me at Anthony_7string. Handro, please, for the love of God, take it away.
For the love of God, if you want to follow me, you follow me on metal_Handro. Don't you forget that.
If you want to follow me, Rudy, you can follow me as the one who knocks on Instagram. The underscore after every word and O's or zeros.
If you want to follow me, you can follow me at slap_the_bass.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and we will see you on the next episode of Metalology. Fucking love this couch, dude.
I'm a fiend.
Fuck the couch.
Por Fiend.